Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Scott Burley from Soulmates Suitcases with my beautiful wife Lisa, and we're coming to you a little bit different. I'm in Hamilton, Ontario tonight, and she's in Ashcroft, BC, and we have Brandon Harrison going to talk about transformation and his life story and what brought on him deciding that he wanted to be a coach and get into transformation and his story.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I've never actually done a podcast before, so
Tell us a little bit about what it was like before you got into transformation.
Before I got into my transformation, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that. Just before my transformation, before I decided to do everything, I kind of was getting deep into like pretty much every teenager does. Got deep into alcohol. It kind of took over a little bit, and then the food started coming in and stuff, and I gained a lot of weight, like a lot, really quick. And it was basically to the point where my eyes went yellow, and I got jaundice, and I was noticing my health really decline too much, and had to make a change because it was not a foreseeable future I was finding. So yeah,
That's a tough kind of health alert to have. It's probably pretty scary.
Yeah, I was on my way to work one time, and then I seen the paramedic like driving side by side with me, and I kind of I stopped and like asked them what it was, and then they were asking me if I was drinking a lot, and I was like, I answered yes, and they were like, yeah, okay, stop doing that. And then because I was a dumb teenager, I just went out the same night, and then I don't know, I was kind of told by a lot of people to chill out, and it was a wake-up call, that's for sure. I don't know, I feel like I deep down I knew better, but I just was trying to drown out some sorrows.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because generally I find when we know better, we do better. And if you didn't know better, and when you did know better, you did better.
Yeah, it took a harsh, not punishment, but like a harsh reality check to learn to do better, though. Mm-hmm. But and at the same time, everything happens for a reason, right? So yeah. That's one of the quotes I stand by.
Yeah, everything happens perfectly. Yeah, exactly.
And how old were you when you started this transformation?
Started the transformation. I was 19, and then it went all the way until I turned 20 on stage. So like I was turning 20 as I was posing down on stage, and you guys were there too, which was amazing. Yeah, it took me 10 months to do that. So I was 19, so I started the drinking a little earlier. It got worse when I did turn 19 because the legal age is 19 here. So I was accessible to all the clubs and the bars and stuff. And then like I found out other bars were like every day instead of just on the weekends and stuff. So you're legally allowed to go into those places. And yeah, it was about like 3 or 4 months after my 19th is when I was like, all right, like this is too much, you know?
Did you find this shift in your life was like a mindset, or did you have a mentor or someone say, you got to do this, you got to do this, like you got to do this?
It was definitely a mindset, like a mind shift more than anything. I had a lot of people in my life kind of just like slowly disappear. Mm-hmm. And I was figuring out and trying to wonder why this was happening. And I narrowed it down to like 3 main things, you know? It was just like the drinking, and then the drinking wasn't making me treat people right, and then the overeating, the healthy aspect of things. I wasn't motivated to do absolutely anything. Just coming home after work that I hated, and then going back to work the next day if I did show up, type of deal. You know?
What is that?
It's the dryer. We'll have to
I can blurp that out. So how long, or how should I ask this question? This is a lifestyle now. So is your plan today, or is your plan in the future, like you're going to continue the way you operate today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's going to be changes in the future depending on like how the goal shifts and stuff. Because I'm doing a lot more business stuff and a lot more um, educational stuff on social media, and I'm also still trying to achieve my IFBB Pro card, which is like in bodybuilding. But I also like just try and push healthy living, and I have to live that, right? It's not like I have to, but it's more of a it is a lifestyle. It's going to be a lifelong thing, not just a temporary like today thing.
Yeah. So in other words, you come aligned with,
Yeah,
I'll assume your top value,
sometimes I feel
one of
like
your
I'm
top
like
values, health.
running out of time, but like at the same time, I know that like finding this passion early is good as well, because not a lot of people find it early on. And, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing a very mature person in a young body, because a lot of people are still in your age are lost as to what they're
yeah,
doing, or have that clarity in their goals and values.
I hear that. I hear that a decent amount, but like I still like deep down, I don't know why I still feel like I'm like behind, and like I'm still kind of lost, but there's still a way, you know. But
But is that a bad thing? Because if you felt like you had it all, would you still be searching for more?
no, no, that's true. That is true. I
Couldn't
wouldn't
find
be
it.
searching for more, but I don't know. I got big hopes and dreams. Lots of people say that sometimes they're too big, but you can't think too big
No, you can't.
ever. But
We're two people that can attest to that.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
yeah, go ahead.
gapped out at the question that I was going to ask.
Uh,
Well, with your transformation and doing things healthy, do you notice a huge difference in your thinking?
Oh my God, yeah. Way better. It's almost more clear. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's you got to get into like a different level of mindset with trying to achieve those kinds of goals, like a quitting addiction, and then also like trying to lose weight, like that you've been packing on for a set amount of time. You know, um, you have to get into a learning mindset, but like also a motivational mindset. You know,
Yeah.
and it definitely altered the way that I think and view and like have perspective on things, because not a lot of people understand the level of like grind you have to go through of like trying to get to that maintenance level of like transforming your body into something that you really want. Um, and some people think of it as like a body dysmorphia thing, but like for me, I find it as like A, trying to get healthy, and B, trying to achieve like this a status to be a pro athlete in something as well. You know, that's also a big motivator. Um, yeah, I'd say a change of mindset is a really big thing with having a transformation in anyone. Not like I'm saying perspective to myself, but anyone that has a big transformation, their mindset alters like almost 80%. You know.
yeah,
How
and
much?
not everything happens overnight.
No, no. And it also that's another thing with your mindset. Like lots of people give up, and you shouldn't like give up with it because it doesn't happen overnight. If it does happen overnight, you're doing something wrong and it's very unhealthy. Like I know some people that lose weight like this, and it's like great, you look amazing, but then when they go back to like being comfortable again and not staying uncomfortable, they gain their weight back twice as fast, and then their mindset goes right back to where they were in the beginning, if not even worse, in a bigger spiral. You know.
So, how much body fat did you lose in your transformation? And the reason I use body fat because weight doesn't really play a key.
Yeah, because also with my age, I have a lot more like GH hormone in my body because of my age. I'm a lot younger, so because I have that higher hormone, I do pack on muscle faster than someone who would be like 35. You know, so the body fat percentage question is a lot more accurate than what my actual overall body weight was and changed to. Because for all I know, I could have been 160 pounds of muscle, okay, and then like in the beginning, and then like another 90 pounds of fat, you know. But in reality, throughout the process, I gained 10 pounds of muscle or 15 pounds or whatever of just activated muscle, and then lost the 70 pounds, you know. So the body fat percentage question is like, I was starting at bridging 40% or like 40% or something like that. And then by the end of the transformation, I was sitting at like 5.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I came here last year. I believe it was last year you did the trip. Was it the year
Yeah, it was
before?
actually, it was a year ago, in like a week exactly, I think.
And
Yeah.
I came here and he was eating, what was the amount of eggs you were eating? a
Okay.
day?
Yeah. So I don't recommend this because this was like body prep competition, not so knowledgeable ready, diet type of diet, but I was having like 60 egg whites a day, like 60. I would be boiling 60 eggs and then peeling them all day and then throwing the yolk out and then eating all the whites, because if you have the liquid egg whites, you have the sodium, and then the sodium can make you retain water. And before you hop on stage, you can't be holding much water. You have to be completely dehydrated, right? So I was hard boiling the eggs to avoid the sodium and then only intaking protein until about 3 days out from my competition. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, he was a walking zombie then by the time his competition was coming in.
Yeah. Anyone that knows like bodybuilding, like most people, like a week out, unless they're like hyped up on adrenaline for like a week straight, like you're pretty much a zombie like going in there, because retaining only like 4 to 5% body fat for any period of time is like extremely hard. Like it's not really good for your brain. That's why a lot of people take like CoQ10 and lion's mane, ashwagandha and stuff like that, is because all those supplements are like helpful towards your brain health in retaining it, because your brain runs off of fat, you know, like you need fat to have cognitive function with things. And when you're running that low on body fat, you're not intaking any fat either. So that's why you feel like a zombie going into things.
So can you tell us about the moments before going onto the stage for your very first time for the competition, and then what were the results? What happened?
My mindset, well, like the first competition I did, they messed up the video. So like my mindset beforehand, before I knew that they messed up the video, was just like, oh my God, I'm actually going to do this. And then when they messed up the video, it kind of gave me another level of courage, because I kind of went on stage going like, oh, like fuck the video. I'm like, this is me, it's about me, not the video, you know? And then I like hyped up the crowd and stuff, and it was pretty intense. I think that the video messing up really actually helped with getting that courage over doing it for the first time. So then I just bounced back and did the second time the same way.
Like something like that takes incredible courage. Like to even step out of the norm from your friends and, in a sense, walk away from them. And like it takes a tremendous amount of courage not just to go with all the sheep.
Yep.
And do the norm and do.
A lot of people are like, oh, come on, like come do this, come do that. It's like, nah, man, I'm fully dialed, fully locked into it. You know.
So who do you hope to inspire, Brandon?
Hope to inspire anyone that's like getting out of high school not knowing what's going on, you know. Especially like people that didn't do well in school, so they can't do university or college. That was my main thing, is like I didn't know what I was going to do after school, so I just went straight into like the workforce, and then picked up alongside with all the other people doing unhealthy habits and stuff. The inspiration is mainly for them and people that are overweight, because I don't know, like I'm one that didn't do good in school, because like I don't like sit in front of a teacher in a classroom, you know. And I also like I can't really read that well, if I'm going to be honest. if it's shorter amounts of words, then it's fine. But like, I can't read too much because then it'll just like make me like disassociate from it, you know? So if anyone that can't like have good grades in high school and then can't go to university or college, it's possible to do things outside of doing like university and college. It's not the only route, you know? So inspiring other people to do the same is great to do as well, you know?
Yeah, finding what your passion is, your
Yeah.
purpose, what you enjoy, what you love, and kind of set your goals and work towards them, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like trying to inspire people not to like go down the unhealthy road, because health is wealth at the end of the day. And also, like if you're working on your body and stuff like that, it's a suit that money can't buy. So
That is true. Very true.
One of my favorite sayings in life, and I picked it up way too late. Or I shouldn't say wait. I was older when I picked it up, but it was like invest in yourself.
yeah,
Because like who's the way I look at it, who's going to invest in you if you're not willing to invest in yourself?
exactly.
Yeah.
If you
And
invest into yourself early on or even at all, then there's nothing to benefit from, you know?
so tell me how you're learning about all these sort of this health information that you're sharing then, because that's learning and that's sharing and teaching and all that sort of stuff. So tell us a little bit about that, because you do little sort of, I don't know, info on Instagram kind of
So,
things.
like you're asking like how I learn it.
Yeah,
How I learn it, if I'm gonna be honest, I learn it through colleagues at the gym.
there you
I'm
go.
at a very popular gym called Pure Muscle and Fitness, and the community that I meet there is just all about like learning and improving. And then when you ask questions, like it's always okay not to know something. So if you learn something from someone, I like to try and share it to others in case they don't know it as well. Um, I also like there's I don't like to use it too much because it's not really that like reliable. A lot of people rely on it too much, but I like to hear people like speak to me about like how to learn things, you know, instead of like reading it or like watching it. So I'll use ChatGPT to actually ask it questions for my personal self. And then when I ask it questions, I can also elaborate and like say, okay, well, hold up, stop. I need you to elaborate on that as if I'm in grade 2. And then it'll do that a lot slower and a lot easier for someone to comprehend. And then I'll just share it on to others on how I'll perceive it instead of using it word for word.
Love it, love it, love it. Like the three of us right here all have different learning styles.
Yeah.
I too, I'm a teacher and I cannot read a book. I do not like to read a book
Yeah,
silent.
that's sorry to cut you off, but that's also the reason why I do the online uh, coaching is because I have it built in so that it hits all visual learners, audio learners, and kinesthetic learners.
Perfect.
Because not everyone can learn one specific way. If you're training in person with someone, it's it might be harder for someone to visually like see it or grasp it right in front of your eyes. You know, they might need to read it or they might need to like visualize it, but then they can't visualize it because when you're doing it, they can't connect their muscles at the same time. You know, it's a lot easier and better way of doing things to try and hit all different types of learners.
That's awesome. See, that's a great teacher.
Like for me, I know for myself, I need to be under load. Like I was on the treadmill and I was seeing a doctor that afternoon, and I'm also listening to a book about what I'm going to see the doctor about. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, question. But if I
Yeah.
had been just sitting sedentary, even listening to the book, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because once I get under load, I can get focused.
Yeah.
And some people aren't like that. Some people can learn just sitting at the table listening to the book or reading the book or
Yeah, and I don't want to say I can't read a book. I do better when I hear a book and
yeah.
sometimes hear it 5 times. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm one of those people too. So we're all different
It's
learners.
okay though. Like a lot of people think that's a bad thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So what do you got planned for the future?
Someone actually asked me this the other day. They asked me like what my 5 year plan is. I definitely see myself achieving my pro card. My pro card is a really big important thing to me. That's in like main bodybuilding. Once I achieve that, like I feel like it'll be more lifestyle stuff. I don't want to like jump on the bandwagon with all these like people that juice up and stuff. Like I find that A, the look doesn't really appeal to me, and then B, the health standpoint just isn't there. Like some people, like you die so much earlier trying to um, pump steroids into yourself and stuff, and it's not me. It's more about health, you know. But I also more plans. I want to be able to financially free myself. That's a big thing. I also want to like do that by going through sponsors with social media, and it's tough to get sponsors. You know, that's why it's almost like you have to figure out the algorithm of social media to make it anywhere to be able to achieve sponsorships as well. Um, what else? I don't know. I think that's basically like those are my main focuses right now, and also like I'm trying to support my grandmother and grandfather a little bit more and more. You know, they're getting a bit older, so
Perfect. Perfect. My mind went blank.
Fine.
Um, what else was it? Oh, you had a bit of uh, a glitch in your life recently. Can you tell us a little bit about that and
car accident.
how the clear mindset helped you get through
Yeah.
that?
Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm like probably the happiest I've ever been in life. So when that happened, I kind of just like made the best of it and like knew everything was gonna be okay because I'm just alive. You know, it was a pretty hefty car accident. I'm not gonna lie. I look back on it now because it's been about a month, and I don't know. One thing that really hit me is the OPP officer saying like dude, you're lucky to be alive. I was just like, interesting, you know. Um, have you ever been in a car accident like that?
Yeah, not quite. Well, yeah. I had a head-on collision on a motorcycle.
You were also you were telling me that you were when you were younger you were like dragged by a car. No?
Yeah, I got dragged for 60 yards.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Or 40 yards, sorry. 40 yards.
And
Yeah.
so, Brandon, if you, oh, I'm getting some feedback. If you hadn't gone through this big shift and you were like you were a couple of years ago, how might you have dealt with that car accident?
Honestly, I couldn't really tell you. I feel like it would just keep me in the same state. I don't know. I'd have to like be living in that state to understand, you know, because like I can't exactly pinpoint it without learning from it, you know.
Yeah,
Can you even relate with the guy that you used to be?
Relate with them?
You know what I mean? When you look back, maybe not relate, because I know for me, I look back at the person that I used to be, and it's like I can't even wrap my head around how I was like that.
you don't recognize that person almost anymore.
Yeah.
You know what? It's easy to fall into old habits, and it's also easy to like I don't know. I can't relate, but I can understand why and how that was going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough question actually. Yeah, no, I can't relate, but um, yeah.
I think one thing even we've noticed over like doing lots of personal development work is things still like patterns and habits and rituals are still there around you all the time, whether it's your family or friends or things you do. And having someone else sort of mirror something to you to say, oh, you realize what you just did? And go, oh, I'm still doing that. I don't want to do that anymore. Have you had any moments like that where you're kind of like, huh,
Um,
I don't want to do that anymore?
yeah, you know what? Like after the competition, It was the fast food that was getting me.
Ah,
But then like different line of events happened. Like I left my last job and went to this new gym, and gave me another boost of um, it gave me another boost of realization that I don't want to be slowly falling back into old patterns and stuff. So like I don't know, from the beginning as well, everything happens for a reason. So
yeah, that's for sure. And I know one thing Scott and I talk about, it's all about decisions. Like you can still walk into a liquor store and not buy anything. Fast food store and get a lettuce wrap burger if you want, and like stuff like this, and get water and not pop. Like it does all come down to making a decision.
yeah. List training as well. My buddy Carlos, he was talking about that on his page. It's low intensity, steady state cardio. That's always important as well. Just make sure you get your steps in or something. I like
Yeah.
staying active and moving because or else your joints will just start seizing up. Kind of like uh, I don't know. That's why I wouldn't say your joints would seize up, but a lot of people take fish oils to like kind of mobilize their joints and stuff when they're working out, or even if they're not working out, which is good. Think of like a car engine. If a car engine didn't have oil, the pistons would be rubbing against each other and then grinding and deteriorating, right? When you're doing your cardio, that's like the oil in the engine, trying to keep it more maintained, you know?
Yeah, 100%. One thing you talked about, okay, about using your muscles, and consistently being active in your life, but you made a post the other day about using the rolly and
Roll
stretching
those
your muscles,
guys.
rolling your muscles.
Yeah, that's important for blood flow.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Years ago, I joined a gym, and it was just before I found out I had cancer. So I quit as soon as I found out I had cancer to deal with that.
You quit the gym because you found out you had cancer?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Did the doctors recommend you not to?
No, I did a deep dive. Like I went
Oh,
backwards. I digressed.
Oh,
And so, anyways, but the girl that I had as a trainer, and it's funny, I went like that guy as the trainer, and they gave me the cute little bubbly blonde, and I'm like, great. And it was the best thing that happened though, because she was geared, like she trained for older people,
yeah.
and that was the direction she was going. And she ended up quitting a while later and went to school to work with geriatric or older people. But anyways, she's like, she wouldn't let me touch weights for probably 2 months. All she did was get me to stretch every time I went in. And my neck's been buggered in my life. So she's really working on getting that loose. And so I go do this. It's a therapy called EMDR. And on Monday, I woke it up and I'm like, oh my God, my neck's fine from doing this EMDR thing. And I go in the gym and I'm like, Brandy, check this out. Give me a massage. And she goes like this. And she's like, what do you do? I've been trying for 6 months to get them loose.
What is it? You said EMDR?
Yeah, it's rapid eye movement therapy.
Oh.
The eyes, I'm told, are the mouth to the brain,
Yeah.
the closest connection to the brain. So whatever you're feeding your eyes, it will have an impact on your brain.
From what am I understanding, it's from one of the wars that when guys would go into shock, guys would go like this and get you to follow their hands. And some doctor from there took it and uses it as therapy, and then it's gotten really big.
And that was helping with your neck?
Well, what I think some of my neck is damage, and then I think some of it's how I wear tension and my stress in my life.
Yeah, because their tendons in your neck are like the biggest stress
Right up.
factors.
The vagus nerve, everything up too.
Yeah. So, and it's been a learning experience with it. And I mean, it's still not great, but it's better than. So, yeah, I don't know. I know our lives rock, and it's like the more we continue to push forward and do stuff like this, it gets better and better. And we get to have great conversations with great people trying to inspire the world. Because
that's why I like podcasts. I actually listen to podcasts more than anything. I also listen to music a lot. Music is like a very important thing to me, but podcasts are very informational, and like the people that get to collaborate and like also like learn from each other is great. Podcasts are like the best form of learning for me.
Oh yeah, I love podcasts as well, and One thing I was going to ask you about is what are you actually doing right now? What is your job? Who are you inspiring? Who are you
You
helping?
know what? I have my friend that he's not an accountant per se, but he does finance work, and he does a lot of my book work. And he was coming to me about it, and he's like I'm almost at the status of being able to tell people that I'm an entrepreneur rather than say anything in specific, because I do a lot of different stuff to make different kinds of income. And so I can't exactly answer that question other than say an entrepreneur at this point. I do some part-time work at a gym, but I think I'm almost ready to kind of pack that off. um, We'll see though. It's also extra income. But I do more photography stuff. I follow people around with the camera, so I'm in front of the camera and also behind the camera. I've been invited out for collaborations, and then I get paid on those collaborations. Like we did one last week at like some burger shop, because it's a new burger shop coming up. So we had a bunch of influencers under fitness come to that burger shop because they count all their macros at that burger shop, and we get paid for that. And there's other times where we get paid for different things, and yeah, it all varies. It all varies.
Yeah, there's so many different ways now. I think this is one of the new awarenesses in our society is the different ways to make money. It's not your typical 9 to 5.
No.
No, a lot of people get stuck in that though, which is
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I just I've never really liked the concept or idea of being locked down to one spot all the time. I like being on the move. You know, different places, seeing different things. I don't like my one job in specific. I really didn't enjoy because it really reminded me of like a rat race kind of 9 to 5 scale where I'm just clocking in, punch clock, pushing iron through a saw, and then going home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I think I'm gonna put a challenge forward to you.
Okay,
I think you should go to Thailand and try Thai boxing in the Thai boxing gyms. They're amazing. We watch them. We can drive by and see it's like all open, the gym.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would like to make a trip out there when the finances are right, though.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my bucket list spots that I want to go to is Thailand.
Yeah.
Um,
Your mindset, I think you would love Thailand because the
yeah,
people are really grounded and kind and I think you would love the atmosphere, the environment. And the Thai boxing, yeah, it's amazing to watch them actually, yeah. But anyway, so if anyone wants to find you, Brandon, on social media or websites or whatever, where can people find you?
so I'm main on Instagram. My Instagram is brandons.ofc. If you have autocorrect, it's gonna put an apostrophe on the S. It's really annoying. I'm trying to figure out how to work around that, but it's just my first name, Brandons, and then period OFC. And then that's on all of my social media across all platforms. So that's where you could find me.
Perfect. And if anyone has trouble, they can always go and look and see who our friend list is on ours and find you. Amazing conversation. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate
No
it.
problem. Virtual fist bump.
Wow. I love the perseverance and determination. That's absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All righty.
Bye. Love you, baby.
Bye. Love you too.
You take